6:15. We left Rexburg at about 4, I think. We pulled out right about 4 o'clock. Today's gonna be really cool. We have a sick line job planned at the airport in Jackson. So I'm kind of excited to show you guys that. A couple people have asked for me to kind of explain the processes a little more of like what, you know, why we set up the way we do, and just kind of more than just, hey, this is done, here's a picture of it. So I'm gonna try to do that a little bit this job, especially because this is a really cool one to do that on, because it's such a complicated job. I mean, it's 80 yards of concrete, which for a lot of big concrete guys, that's not a lot, but for around here, that's quite a bit. And it's all slick lined. So we've poured out at the airport a handful of times, and it's been kind of tricky because of this. So it should be a pretty neat setup. So anyway, I'll try to kind of keep you guys clued in about that. Should be kind of cool. Hope you guys like it. I'll try to, like I said, I get a little scatterbrained, especially when it's this big of a pour. 80 yards of flat work's a pretty big deal because it's easy to lose, so I can't spend as much time as I would like, you know, making a video. So I'll try to keep it really, I'll try to do as much filming as I can. So this stretch of highway is always a little bit dangerous this time of year because of the migration and stuff, so I have to always keep my eyes peeled really well, because especially around dusk is when those elk are kind of moving in and out of the dawn and dusk is when they're moving in and out of the elk refuge, so there tends to be a lot of them. Ooh, had to be kind of careful. There's a couple elk right there. That was close. So I figured I'd give you kind of a walkthrough. I'm gonna show you the job site so you can understand the problems that we're trying to figure out. So here's the pump. I tried to park a little ways away from the building so we have plenty of room to get the boom. So I'm gonna try to take my first and my second right here and then Z in that way. What's hard is that you have to be a little ways away just because the first and the second take up so much room. So once we have the boom unfolded, here's the front of the building. We're gonna go through here. There's a beam here and here. And then once we get through that plastic, they're gonna lift it up and we'll just go underneath. And then once we're inside, I'll show you what we're pouring. What's gonna be tricky is seeing if we can get the boom in far enough that we don't have to use very much line. So we're gonna turn on some lights in here and take down the plastic, but everything from where I am to that back corner. There you go. So it's like 80 yards. And then I'll show you what we're using. These are called line dragons. So this just grabs onto the line underneath there. And I'll show it to you in action, but for right now, while we're here early, I'm gonna get this plastic out of the way and get the boom in as far as I can. That way we can set it up and see where we need to put line. I'm hoping we only have to use like, I don't know, maybe 5 hoses. That'd be awesome. So I'm gonna have Jerem start unloading that while I get the boom set up. Well, the pump's set up and it's in the perfect spot. So you can see we parked back a little bit from the building. We were able to get flat sticked all the way in. So if you look, where the boom is, the end of the second section is right here. So just inside the building. So we have 2 full sticks all the way inside, and I think we're only gonna need maybe 5 hoses or something. So that should be pretty perfect, I think. So we're gonna get some hose laid out right now, and then that way we can make sure we're all good. We'll lay out our clamps. We won't hook everything up yet, but then we'll pull our boom back out so we can prime, and then I thought that was gonna take longer, so we'll have some time to kill. So it should be kind of nice. Now we have our boom all in. We have our hose laid out like it should be. We're gonna go and connect all the clamps that we don't need to have loose. So we'll leave the front one open. That way, as soon as we're primed out, we'll just dump slurry in and we should be able to go. So we'll do that.
That's how it should go.
You get your gasket seated right, you should close it. So our line's all hooked up. You can see the boom behind me. We're all set up with the pan. I mean, as soon as mud gets here, we'll throw water in the hopper and let her rip. So pretty slick. I think we just checked the clock and we have another 30 minutes or so before mud gets here. So now we get to kick it. We bought a ton of Chips Ahoy, so we'll go mess with that. So we're having a little bit of an issue. The clamp broke on the line dragon right before we're supposed to start. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not really familiar with them. So we have a bad idea. We have a 4-inch clamp, or a 5-inch clamp, I mean, and the line dragon pipe is bigger for some reason. I'm not totally sure how that works. However, Samaro must have a special clamp that they use. Because it goes from, my hose at the end is 4-inch. The Samaro line dragon adapts it from 4-inch up to apparently just over 5, not a normal 5-inch clamp. So we're gonna take the 5-inch over there, and I think we're just gonna beat it into submission. And then I was thinking, I have an idea. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but we'll see. This is gonna make or break kind of the day. If we can't get that line dragon hooked up, it's gonna really make this job hard. Not impossible, but just really hard. So we're gonna take the clamp, and so I'll kind of show you where normally it would bite right here. This is a 4-inch clamp, but we're gonna do it with a 5. Normally right here, this part bites down and holds it together. This won't reach, so you can't use this as leverage. So we're just gonna get a bunch of tie wire and try to pinch this together right here. You close this gasket goes on your pipe, you close this together, and then to cover this gap, you take this, and it has this little lip on it, and you clamp it down like that. Now the problem is, the one that we're working on, it only closes to like here. So it's just not, it doesn't seal right. So because we can't, and the problem is if you've got it like that, let's see, this simply doesn't reach to bite down. So we're going to take some tie wire and put it between here and just beat it with some hammers on both sides at the same time so it tightens down, and then I'm hoping that just holds it. All the pressure will be on these 2 lips. So we're gonna go try that and see how it goes, and then it will probably hold at the beginning, but once we get concrete through, there's a lot of leverage on that, so we'll see how it goes. I hope it holds up, otherwise it's gonna be kind of a long day. So if you guys won't hit my hand, I'll hold it. bending the reducer up like that is because I've got some mud that's gonna try to fall through. I don't wanna have to put a hose on it and kink it. So instead I just put a vertical and make sure I drain out really good, and then it doesn't spill on the way. Really quick, way to do it. So we just emptied out our second truck and it is going awesome now. We had those hiccups at the beginning. We had the battery that died. We had the clamp that broke, and it is holding up awesome. So I can't complain. It's going pretty stinking great for the obstacles that we had up front. We're down to the very last little bit. We've got, I mean, maybe a quarter yard to put in. Just this right here. And then I'm gonna go pump back into the truck, and then we gotta get out of here. Timberline's already batching trucks, so I gotta hurry. We're just gonna suck a bucket and run dirty, which is not a great idea, but I think it's the only option we have. What a day. Turned out good. There were a couple rough moments. I mean, we had a clamp break that was really important, but our fix worked. We had the battery was dead, or the battery went bad or whatever on one of the remotes, but we got past that because conveniently we had the same remote. Then I was super late to my next one. It was super muddy, but all in all, it worked out great. No complaints. So anyway, thanks for watching. We appreciate it.